Today we're gonna be, like I said, New Year is gonna be upon us, and we're gonna be working on some new stuff. I can't wait to get moved into the new place. It has a ton of lighting in it. Oh man, it's so bright in there. I cannot wait to get in there and play around with the new technology we're gonna have in there. Plenty of light, lots of bright white walls, really high ceilings. Beautiful, beautiful. Can't wait to get set up. I'm gonna be finishing up the rest of my application today, and then that's pretty much it. I'm gonna be ready to move in pretty soon. All right, with that being said, it's going to be interesting being in this area right here and then moving to the big old giant area. With that being said, let's talk about this nonsense right here. So, as you can see already, well, actually, we've been to the site. We wanted to get some more pictures. We got everything we needed. And the reason why we record all this stuff ahead of time is because, as I said before, this individual got caught yesterday on his website displaying a copyrighted material from our company, which, again, we never gave him permission to use to begin with. And this is one of the pictures that went missing off the account right away. The minute we stated that, we were bringing a lawyer into this to get this taken care of. Find out that there's something called CCB. I think it's the copyright board that we can go to, and we can file it much faster. If we do it through civil court, I'm not worrying about the lawyer expenses. It's the timeline. It could be a bit, because it takes time to actually have the case presented before civil court. I'm going through a civil lawsuit right now between a landlord and some dispute over black mold. So it takes a while. But if we go through the CCB, it's a lot faster. It's like arbitration, where both parties have to sit down, there's a mediator in the middle, and they decide from there whether the person violated the copyright or not. And we go from there. Now, in there, the judgment's a little bit lower. If we go to civil court, it can be anywhere from $150,000 to $250,000. And that particular area is $30,000 per offense, which means every time he flashed the logo, they hit him with 30 grand. He did it 3 times. That's about $90,000. The cap on that is $150,000. These are the images that he pulled from the site extremely fast because he knew this would get him in trouble. As he stated here, and we have all this because this is all going to be in court. As he stated here, this is one of the logos that went missing. As he stated here, Jaime has when he gets caught, he will delete things as fast as possible to try to get rid of them, and then try to back up it never even happened. Like, you can actually see the reflection of that on his website with the products that he's shown, where he got caught in videos and live streams matching these household products, but still continue to sell these products on the website. Ooh, that's something too we have to look into too. That's something, if you want to talk about the Better Business Bureau getting involved in, that right there is definitely needs to be addressed. But here, these are the last things he wrote on what went on yesterday, where he said that, why do you lie? Why do you lie? I can't read his handwriting. I mean, his writing is so bad. Why do you lie? That's a stupid. It stated, can I use this old thing? All right, so Jaime, again, no, that's not the only thing you stated. What you stated when you displayed, and keep in mind, you can't display it, period, at all. You can't display any images unless I give you permission to do so. The Frankenstein, you can literally be sued for that because you used a logo by Universal Studios to sell a product that you labeled Frankenstein with their logo and made money off of it, and didn't give them a dime of royalties for what you use. You can be sued for that kind of stuff. So you cannot use someone's logo anytime you want, post it up, and do whatever you want to do with it. That's what the copyrights are designed to do, to protect the author from going through that nonsense. And that's what they'll see when they go in court. So if you're trying to post now, because if you notice, there's a lot missing off of this. He kept this here, but everything else, he removed it to try to hide it. Now what we have here still, this is more than enough information. You posted scammer over top our logo. That's also now involving slandered against our company. Also to it involves, at the end of the day, that again, you touch my logo without my permission. You don't have the right to take my logo or any piece of artwork that I develop and design, put it on your website, and then turn around and say, oh, it's a scammer. It's a, don't touch this. That means you're slandering my company. So yeah, you could be sued for that. He doesn't. The problem with this particular individual, he doesn't have a grasp on how really things work in the real world. As when you say, he thought to himself that you can touch anything you want. No, copyrights can go on for quite some time. 70 years, actually, to the length of the author's lifespan and until after he passes off. So we'll be in court. I'm getting all this set up. After the new year, I think Monday or Tuesday, I'm getting ready to probably get set up to move into the new place. And then I'm going to basically go from there to get this set up so we can take this to court as fast as possible. So as I said before, you will see my face. It's up to you whether or not you want to go in or not. If you can decide, you know what, I'm not going to show up, then guess what? You automatically lose. We're going to lose anyway. And you have to pay this money. Now, right there from the door, I'm going to see, can we execute judgment there? Right, we should be able to. We should be able to execute judgment right on the spot, right there and then. But as I said before, you can't use someone's logo and then you write scammer over top of it. Can't do that. This can get you into a lot of trouble. And for those who feel that you can do this without my permission, well, I'll be filing lawsuits against you too. And we'll be going to court and you'll be paying me money at the end of the day. Because again, this is a licensed logo or copyrighted logo. So all these pictures. So he thinks for some reason that because he stated, can I use this old thing and put a question mark, that's going to help you. No, that's not going to help you. You'll find out when we go to court, when the judge tells you it doesn't make a difference what you write there. The fact that you flashed that logo without that permission from the author, and you're talking to the author back and forth, and he's explaining to you that he didn't give you permission to use that, that automatically from the door means you have lost. Okay. Well, that being said, we got a few things we're going to be announcing real quick, but first, just come out of here because I had to get pictures of all of this. This is why I was in the site, getting more evidence, getting more pictures. But the fact that he tried to use that as an excuse that he can actually get around way with touching our products, or not touching our products, but also we got the incident we have with the, I got to go to small claims court for that one. But he feels that he can actually get away with touching my logo anytime he wants to. No. Your logo doesn't have a copyright attached to it at all, period. We've already checked all that. We don't use that thing anyway. I don't know why we would anyway. And as I said before, oh, wait a minute. What's the day? Today's the 31st. Oh, I'm going to look into something real quick on the 31st. Something you're supposed to have taxes are supposed to be getting reported. Ours are done. But nobody. So you understand, doesn't make a difference. You can't touch someone's logo at all, period, without permission. You have to have permission from the author or the person who developed the work in order to actually be able to use it. If they send you and we did send you a cease and desist or desist and increase order, which I got to find that order, telling you not to touch our products or anything at all whatsoever. We did warn you, and you continue to do so. So, like I said, I'll see you in court shortly. And you can basically explain everything to the judge from there, how you feel that you didn't touch my work and how you didn't violate my copyright without my permission. I'm curious to see how that one goes. I've sued people for copyrights before, and again, his statement is it's not going to work. We already have his website. I actually had to go file a claim through Wix because we did basically state the Wix that because he used a platform. There's my through Wix right there for copyright claim right there. Wix is very strict about copyrights. What makes this even more that they have to basically follow through on this is the fact that we have Wix. Wix is through Crystal Edge Technology screens. So basically it shows proof that this guy went over, who has also a Wix account, went over to our account, removed copyrighted material off our account, posted it on his messaging board, which he has through Wix, and basically continued to try to taunt our company to say that, hey, this is my logo, it belongs to me. And if you notice, those particular things are missing. Yeah, I'm glad we went in and got those pictures before he actually deleted that information. This is the reason why we, fast as possible, the minute something pops up, we make sure that we have recordings on everything. At the end of the day, man, you are a certified grade A thief at the end of the day. Not only do you try to rob you rob your customers on products, and matter of fact, that already has been reported to the Better Business Bureau on your website. The fact that we can show video demonstrations of your products matching house paint products, and also to the same house paint products being sold on your website. So you also had a report put against you for fraud. Your website is considered to be a fraud. You do not pay taxes at all, period. So there's some other legal issues right there. And your company does not, or I don't know what you're going to call it, doesn't have a license to sell in the state of California. That's another problem you're going to be dealing with. So again, a whole lot of problems. And we definitely will be bringing that up in the middle of we call it what do you call it? Not litigation, like the trial. Litigation is something else. The trial. Basically, your tax, you don't pay taxes. So if you thought you deleted those particular key evidence, and even like I said, you still have our logo up there with the word scam over top of it. But if you feel that you deleted that information, that this is going to make you untouchable, no, we have it right here. We recorded the entire shopping cart. People don't think this is why we went in and recorded, dubbed his videos when he was up there making that house paint product. So what do we have right here? I need those pictures too. I think we have those pictures saved on file. They are saved on file. Let's go over to our account here. This guy is a constant scammer. Scammed his customers. And as a matter of fact, the 2.0 is a scam. That's a scam product. That's made from basic house paint. The Cinemax is a scam. That match network grade 773. So that shows clearly at the end of the day, he is scamming his customers on everyday house paint products, overcharging them for a product that's just basically house paint. And then we have copyright infringements. We have tax fraud. Gee whiz Louise. My goodness. Let's go over to, let's see. Yeah, you got some problems coming up. As a matter of fact, we also reported, your site was reported for fraud too. We sent over video demonstrations of those videos showing you your product matching house paint. Yeah, and the customers who did those videos that were complaining, those were also filed over too. We're going to do it. We might just pile everything on, get it done. Get it done. Let me see what we have here. There we go. We got a copy of everything. Yeah, we want recorded here. This is why we recorded stuff. We knew he was going to delete all that stuff off. He deleted that stuff as fast as he possibly could. But then again, you still left the Crystal Edge logo up there. But you'll find out when we go to court. You'll see. You'll get an understanding how it works in the real world. Let's see what we have here. And we did a slow roll of this thing. Went back in to go to the website to get more information on some more pictures for the case, because I'm submitting all this today. I just have to submit this information over to them. Now, like I said, if he decides that he doesn't want to show up in court, not a problem. You still got to pay me. Either way, you got to pay me. I already ran all this past my attorneys. My attorneys are the ones that advised me to go here. It's an open and shut case. You did it off your website in a messenger, which means you were communicating with me directly. And we were having this conversation of you touching my logo and trying to do whatever you want to do with it, claiming it as your own. So it's an open and shut case. That's why my lawyers made the comment, well, were you slow? There's something wrong with you. There's your name up at the top, Crow Screen Paints, right there. We also took pictures and copies of the website. So just so. Now, see, he posted, "Can I touch this old thing?" Which means you're trying to make it sound like you asked for permission. Can you touch it? But you made a mistake, Jamie. You wrote in the comment, "my new logo." That's what you removed off your account, because that means you made claim to my logo. Yeah, I got that already. We recorded it already. All that's documented. That was all submitted over to Wix. It was also submitted over to, some was submitted over to the CCB. I have to finish up the rest of that application. That's why that particular image disappeared out of messaging, because in that one you said "my new logo," which you relaying claim to my merchandise, not my merchandise, but my artwork. You gotta move a little quicker than that to get Mr. Byrd. All this is missing where you claim, "oops, I did it again," on an LLC, which means you're not that smart. You don't know the difference between an LLC and a copyright. An LLC is not a copyright. But you felt the need to actually put that in there, like, "oops, I did it again. There's your LLC." That doesn't have anything to do with copyright protection. That's right, Derek. Me submitting my copyrights over to you, telling you that you have to remove that because you have no business displaying that. That is my copyrights that I showed you. That'll come up in court. Mr. Byrd, did you make it well aware that basically the material that Jamie was using is copyrighted material? Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, when Wix went over to the site under Crystal Ridge, our logo is still there. You can click on that and you can see our copyright pop right up. There's where you called my company a scammer. Yeah, all that stuff you just deleted off your account just now, we have it right there. That shows guilt. As always, when you get caught with your products matching house paint, you delete videos left and right and try to hide the evidence and then try to act like it never even happened. Yeah. That whole transcript was recorded. So this is what we'll be in court with. Including that, and keep in mind, you have used our logo before without our permission. We'll also be displaying other evidence also. Now, once I'm done with this one, which, like I said, this is going to be an easy win for us, then I'm going to go file the rest of the lawsuits. Isn't that you right there calling my company a scam right there? That is our Black Series. You know that name Black Series is copyrighted. There's a copyright on the word Black Series. That's what's in that registration over there. So anybody uses the word Black Series, guess what? That's our copyright. Copyrighted the name. You're not smart. Gee whiz. Yeah, he's not a smart one, is he? Black Series has a copyright sitting right on its name. If you put that name down anywhere, we can sue you for touching that name. So we can show in that conversation we had with you, not only did you go in and keep in mind, we noticed you try to change your name up top so you can get away with saying whatever you want, like Crow and so and so and so. But we went in and got your URL code at the top, which they requested from Wix, requested that. At the bottom, it also shows that basically Wix is the one sponsoring the website. All that information's there. And Wix went in and went into his website and they read the transcript. I keep telling people at the end of the day, when you write something down and there's messaging, guess what can see it? They can see it also too. They can get access to that. Anything you write in there, even if you delete it, they can get access to it. Just do a deep root. That's all. So if you go in there now, he has removed everything that he feels is going to get him in trouble. But the problem is we've already recorded all that. All those pictures, everything has been submitted. We filed two different complaints. Actually, filed two complaints. One we have where they did a deep one through my cell phone. They did a remote access to my cell phone, and only the higher ups can do that, to get that particular information off my phone, which we copied everything off your site. The second one, we had to submit another one through their copyright claims. Now, like I said, the reason what makes it open and shut case and an easy lawsuit if Wix decides to drag their feet, because we can show at the end of the day that our artwork that was sitting on our page that was under Wix, their platform, and Jaime, his platform is Wix, basically went over to our site and removed the copyrighted material off our site and displayed it on his page, which is under Wix, which shows at the end of the day that Wix decides to drag their feet. We can easily show that Wix allows for users to steal material off other websites on their own website, mind you, under their own policy, which you're supposed to enforce, and allow people to steal their copyrights. And that does not look good for business. No one will touch a website platform if they know that their copyrighted material can be ripped off their page and other people can use it. That would that'll cause their company quite a bit of damage. And they know this. So their options are actually very, very, very thin. They have two options. They can remove you or we sue them. And we will win in court hands down, because I can clearly show that right there on Wix, it's Crystal Edge. It's registered right through their website, their platform. And right there on that Crystal Edge has our copyrights displayed for all to see. We have hardcore evidence that the individual, a part of Wix, went to our site, removed sensitive copyrighted material, and displayed it on his page, claiming that it belonged to him. That's where we had that one area where you said, my logo, and that's our logo, not yours. That right there is going to get you in a lot of trouble in court, and that will get Wix in a ton of information if they don't follow through. And I'm hoping they drop the ball on this, because their company's worth quite a lot of money, and I plan to sue them for quite a lot of money. And on top of that, it's going to be extremely bad publicity for them, because again, who the freak is going to touch a website if you know that your copyrighted material is going to get ripped off and someone's going to try to use it or claim it as their own? No one's going to touch them. So they better do something. Either way, I'm getting paid. Now, that's why I shot that video. Sorry, we had a little interruption there, because that was Wix contacts, or the legal department contacting us to see how they can resolve the issue as fast as possible. Now, like I said, either way, it's good for me. If they decide to drag their feet, well, I know we'll just sue them. A couple $1 million. Easy. Now, that will be going to civil court with no problem. I got time to wait on that. That shouldn't be no problem at all. And will I still be Wix? No, heck no. I own my domain names. I just sat there and made that comment about owning your own domain name. Buy your domain name, because if anything pops up and you have a problem with that platform, you can just up and leave with your domain names and go someplace else. I already have accounts already getting set up at GoDaddy, just in case if this actually goes in that direction. So I'm already set up over at GoDaddy. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to set up one for the invisible technology, because it does have to have its own site, and I'm going to set that one up over at GoDaddy. I'm going to get a chance to check out their platform. I think I'm going to get a VIP set up for over there. So I'm going to test out their page. Now, this is just a little message of Jaime. If you felt that you went into your account and you deleted everything off there that you felt that could get you in any trouble, and you felt by deleting this, there's no way in the world that they wouldn't see this, yes, they can. They can see it. And not only that, we copied the video. We actually went in and recorded everything before you deleted it. Kind of ring a bell there? Yeah, we have a habit of basically busting this guy. Like I said, same thing with the screen paint products. If we didn't have those videos, yeah, this guy would have continued going. Always just go scamming y'all anyway, so don't make a difference. But he would have continued on claiming this product was something more than house paint. And by the videos, you can see that it's not. That's where you screwed up. Big time. That's why when we were looking through the account, I was like, what the frick is that picture? That picture went missing quick. Try to delete it and try to hide it so nobody else can see it, so we wouldn't get a copy of it. And we got it right there. You laying claim to my logo. That's a copyrighted signal right in the corner of it. And Wix requested, and this is why I tell you, go in and file for legit copyright. Because the first thing they asked us was, when we were filing the forms out, do you have a registered copyright and can we have proof? And we were able to send over all the information to them, showing that we do have legit copyright. Under a CCB, or it says in that statement that they will take a denial copyright, but when it comes down to brass tacks of you winning a settlement, you have to show a copyright that was approved and registered by the United States government. We have that. This is why I tell you at the end of the day, make sure you get them registered. Funny, I got a crow outside my door. Out there ranting. Oh, man, wait till you see the lighting in the new place. It is super bright in there. I can't wait to set my setup up in there. I can't wait to set up in there. It's going to be beautiful. All right. Let's see. Here we go. See my cube? There you go. There's my copyrights. So Wix, little message to you. Don't drag your feet on this. If you go to court, you're going to lose badly. I mean, extremely badly. We can show proof that you allowed another Wix user to go over to our platform under your company. I read through your copyright policies. I've been through all of it already. You basically strictly prohibit anyone from going in and touching anyone's copyrighted material, which means the account is automatically terminated from the door. And we have hardcore evidence that this fellow went over and removed sensitive material off our account and basically displayed it as his own by saying it was his logo. So with that being said, if you drop the ball on this, I'm going to file a class action lawsuit for you. You will lose millions of dollars in this lawsuit. Not only that, your company's name will be tarnished beyond belief. No one will touch a platform if they find that there's sensitive documents or basically even their copyrighted artwork material or music can be ripped off and another person can use it and you won't do anything about it. So we would strongly suggest you handle this or you're going to lose your shirt over this big time. This is what they asked for, that vending number. See that right there, that registration number? There you go. Okay, well, now, with that being said, I am just going to get the rest of this stuff done and keep it all on a hush-hush for getting ready for that. Jaime, we do have your address here, so it's not hard to find you. So we know where you live at, so that's good. And I'll be submitting all this information. I'll be typing in your address, all that information. They want all that on the CCB. They get all that set up, get that ready. They also want our registration copyrights to show that we do have one, which we do have one. We'll show them all this stuff from the door. And we'll get this ball rolling so we can all get this in court as fast as possible and we can get this done. Now, keep in mind, as I told you before, for each offense, I know you went in and you removed some of them. You left one in there because, of course, you left one in there. You want to show that you're the big bad boy, that you can basically do what you want to do. Now, this is going to cost you some money. We have in the recording and in picture document shows 3 times you used a logo without our permission. That's $30,000 per offense. And also, too, it does carry some jail time. Also, too, that's just us. That's just what we're doing on our end. The U.S. government has to step in because this is a violation on their behalf, too. And there is just a little different. There is just $150,000 to $250,000. This is pretty big. You ever seen those things pop up when you put VCR tapes in? If you get caught messing or tampering with something, it's like a $500,000 fine. Yeah, there you go. Those are the ones that are involved. It's the FBI. They got to get involved in that. Once this goes into court, once we do this before the CCB, this has to be reported that this actually went on. They will have to step in and finish off from there. Now, they're a little different. They will give you jail time for this. Unless you can go in and try to cop a plea or whatever with them. I don't know how you're going to work that out. But we got 3 different offenses against you. And for those of you who run your mouths all the time and don't know what you're talking about, that's why I left that little video there for you to listen to. That video explains to exactly what happens when you go to before the copyright board, what happens in that environment. You guys have no idea what's going on in the real world. The fact that this individual thought that an LLC was a copyright clearly shows that you're not that smart. You don't know what's going on. But you'll figure it out. You'll see how the real world actually works. I've sued people for copyrights. This is not my first one. And won. We can't pass this up. This is pretty much a gold mine because this guy literally was on his website having this conversation with us on his site. And that site, when they check the site, they're going to see where the site is registered to. They can also go in and subpoena information from Wix if they decide they don't want to give information, which I'm pretty sure they're not going to struggle with it. They're going to give up that information, no problem. And they can see where the site, all your information, everything you put in there to set your site up, which is very thorough. Any site is very thorough about putting in information on registering your website. They're going to get all that information, including your IP address, everything. Which means, remember all those messages you've been hitting my account with? That's all traced to an IP address, unless you've been masking it, but I don't think you're that smart to know about basically masking your IP address. But from there, yeah, all that's traced. Every message you sent over, your account's under investigation, your account's being watched. So not only do we have you at the end of the day touching our material without our permission, slandering in my company at the same time, we also have you basically trying to harass or trying to spam my site. This guy, you might just go for broke, man, because you're done. You are pretty much done. This is what it's called, copyright claim board. This is a little easier filing a copy. Before they had this here, you would have to go to federal court. You have to go to civil court, which takes a little longer. This settles it really quick. So this up claims up to 30,000. We would hit the 30,000 mark with no problem. So all that stuff you live with, that bubble of yours and that make-believe world, you don't understand how things work, you can explain that to a mediator or a judge. And you explain to them why you got the rights to touch a government-issued copyright from our company, why you have a right to take that, put that on your site, and slander that piece of artwork, and also make statements that it belongs to you. You explain that to them. That's going to be an open check case. The first thing they're going to tell you right from the door, we don't care what you say. You have no right touching that. Did you get permission from Mr. Byrd to be able to touch that piece of artwork? Did you get any permission from him? Did he give you any letter of approval for you to use that, display that on your site? There you go. And your answer, we didn't give you permission. So that's why you're going to have to pay me. We want, for each offense, it's 30,000, and I will liquidate. I'm going to see if we can liquidate right there on the spot. If we liquidate on the spot, they can start basically trying to get that money out of you as fast as possible, which means they'll be going through they'll freeze your banking account right there from the door. And again, you will get a black truck that will pull up to your house and take whatever they got to take out of your house in order to basically to pay up what you owe me. It's like a debt collector. You own anything, it's mine at the end of the day. That's what it's going to come down to. Let me see. Yeah, no, I'm going to send the federal court. So let's play a little educational video for them. I got this yesterday. Sorry, we're in between. That was the legal department for Wix. So they're trying to get this cleaned up as fast as possible. Because again, when they went in and they saw that logo was sitting on one of their sites, yeah, and then basically having the copyright attached to it, and then the other person who basically tried to rip it off from us, basically trying to claim it as its own, yeah, was on their platform also too. So that looks pretty bad for them. Makes it look like they allow people to steal other people's work.
See our copyright registration video. And for more information on the Copyright Claims Board, copyright duration, public domain, fair use, and other concepts.
This is for those of you that don't know how it works.
Our Learning Engine video series, or visit copyright.gov.
Because we still have people so stupid at the end of the day will text me. I'm going to show you some of this stuff that we get sent. They're sending some of the dumbest stuff you could possibly think of by saying, oh, you understand how copyrights work. I think I do. I have several copyrights. I did go in and apply for these things. So I think I know how a copyright works. It's funny, these are the same people who don't even own a copyright trying to tell me how a copyright works. The next thing you guys will be telling me how LLC works, or DAB, or any of them, or EINs work at the end of the day. I know how they work. I have that document. I have that paperwork. I know how they work. Enjoy the video.
As a copyright owner, you have certain exclusive rights that help you control how your copyright protected work is used. U.S. copyright law provides owners of copyright protected works with 6 exclusive rights to use or authorize the use of your work in certain ways. In this video, we'll discuss these rights, why they are important, and what you can do if someone uses your work in a way that involves your exclusive rights. To start, what are your exclusive rights? 1. You have the right to reproduce the copyright protected work in copies or photo records. For example, making photocopies of an article you've written, prints of a photograph you've taken, or CDs of the song you've recorded.
This is why it's extremely important for those of you that are actually filing for copyright. This also helps people too that are actually filing for copyright. This will help you out too. If you're also filing for copyright, they do have a section asking you who has the rights to that copyright. Mine is sole proprietorship, which means I'm the only one that has the right to that copyright. No one else has it. So you have to be careful of that when you select that and what you really are reading when you go through those documents.
2. You have the right to distribute copies or phono records of the work to the public. This means, for example, you have the right to sell your novel, upload your sound recording to a website for download, or pass out copies of your artwork. 3. You have the right to create derivative works based on or derived from your copyright protected work. For example, translating your novel into another language, adapting your comic book into a screenplay for a motion picture, or creating a new arrangement of a song you wrote. 4. You have the right to display the work publicly, such as displaying your painting in a gallery, showing your children's book on a website, or posting a photo you took on social media. 5. You have the right to perform the copyright protected work publicly, that is, performing your play in a theater, screening your movie in an auditorium, or performing a choreographed dance routine in a park. And 6. In the case of sound recordings, you have the right to perform the work publicly by means of a digital audio transmission. For example, streaming the sound recording online. These exclusive rights, however, do not last forever. Copyright in a work exists for a limited time, and once the copyright term ends, the work enters the public domain, meaning anyone has the right to use the work in any way they wish. So, why are these exclusive rights important?
Now, for those you heard that saying, well, that means he could basically, no, can't. But basically it stated that how long does a copyright last? A copyright will last as long as the author is still alive. Once the author is deceased, the author copyright will go on for another 70 years. This is why when you have some people getting sued over music rights because they use other people's music thinking that no one's going to know that the author has passed away and we can get away with this. It's the next of kin that actually comes after them. You can't touch it. You have to get permission. There's been companies been sued over this.
If you're the owner of a copyright protected unless they have permission from you, or their use falls under one of the exceptions or limitations described in the Copyright Act. For example, if their use of the work is a fair use or a protected educational use. In the case of joint works, which are works created by two or more authors, the authors co-own the copyright, and each owner has the right to exercise any of the exclusive rights or authorize someone else to do so.
So that's one of the things you're going to ask you in the application. How many people have the right to this copyright? So say if you did something together where you did a joint project, that means both of you have rights to that copyright. So how many people actually have authorization over this piece of work? That's one of the questions they ask you. If you went in with the crew with a bunch of people and you did it together, then all of them have rights to it. And if you did it by yourself, then that's just you. You're the only one, unless you give them permission.
Subject to an accountant. That means, generally, if an owner licensing the work earns royalties from the use, they must share those royalties with all of the co-owners, unless there is an agreement otherwise. But what if someone uses your work without permission? If someone uses your copyright-protected work in a way that you believe violates your exclusive rights, meaning they used it without permission or a statutory exception, that may be infringement. If you think someone has infringed the copyright in your work, you have several options to enforce it. 1. You can send a letter to the person demanding that they
Cease and desist order. We sent that to Jaime. He has a copy of that. Our attorney sent that over to him, giving him full aware that if you touch the copyrights, you're going to get sued under Crystal Edge. Now, under the Black Series, we couldn't hit him with unless he used it, but you did use the Black Series. The name Black Series has a copyright on it. So this is what we did send to you to warn you this was going to happen.
Stop using the word. 2. You can sue them for infringement in federal district court. To exercise this option, you will need to have registered your work with the Copyright Office or have received a refusal to register your work from the office. And 3. For small claims of less than $30,000, you can file a claim against them with the Copyright Claims Board, also known as the CCB. In this case, you will need to either have registered the work with the office or have filed an application to register the work with the office. However, the CCB will dismiss the claim if the office refuses to register the work. To learn more about the benefits,
so that means even if your work is registered, say you get a dismissal on it, you say that it's not a real copyright, we can't give this to you because somebody owns the right to it, and this application, you still can't win it. You have to have an official register. That symbol, that seal, that stamp that you get next to your registration number, that shows that your copyright is legit. This is why I tell you at the end of the day, you can't go in there with the poor man copyright. That does not work. You have to show that it's officially stamped. Once you can show that registration number, that's it. They lost automatically from the door. So again, you have to have my permission in order to flash my logo anywhere. If you don't have that permission, you get sued. You see, when you see some of these comedians and stars, they'll go up on stage and their shirt will be blurred out because whatever shirt they're wearing that day, and the reason why it's blurred out because that company does not give them permission or do not want to be associated with whatever they're doing. They'd rather have them just take this jacket or shirt off because they don't want their name affiliated with whatever they're doing. So they have to blur that out. That has to be blurred out. You didn't blur anything out at all, period. You actually flashed my entire logo right up there. You put the word scammer over top of it. You turn around and you put down my logo as it was your logo. You claimed it as your own. This is what you're going to be dealing with when we go to court. This is extremely serious. And what he doesn't understand, he's taking it as a joke, but this is extremely serious. So when that document comes to you telling you when you have to appear in court, if you choose to ignore this, you automatically forfeit from the door. That's it. If you show up, you still are going to lose. There's no way out of it. It's up to you. All right. So I played that little there right there because, again, this also helps some people if you don't know how this all works. Now you know. And for other people at the end of the day who don't have enough knowledge and you want to keep, I guess, emailing me about how it works, this is how it works. I know how copyright works because I have two of them. Actually, I'm on my third one right now. Let me show you. Now, how trigger is Jaime? Ooh, man, he's triggered. He is really triggered. I'll show you how trigger he is. This is our junk mail. So basically, anything that comes up by Jaime goes directly into junk mail. Let me show you what we have in junk. This is all Jaime. I'm going to show you how scared he is. This is how triggered he is. I'm going to show you this. It goes on for a bit. This is just today. He constantly messages our email accounts. This is all Jaime. That shows you how scared he is. Including when I showed you the 22 messages that he sent over to our Wix account. So imagine someone sent 22 messages to a Wix account, and then it's got to be at least about 40 or 50 in this pile right here alone by itself. That shows you how triggered Jaime is and how scared he is. He's in a lot of trouble. Pretty sad, ain't it? Told you. He's triggered. We had an incident. Literally, he just broke down in the middle of a live stream. He must have wrote the word loser at least about 20 or 30 times, back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Yeah, he's upset. He's scared, and yeah, he's definitely triggered. And again, Jaime, this is not going to be any back and forth nonsense. I'm taking you to court. That's the end of it. And you can basically go, you get a chance to go to court and explain that to a mediator or judge, why you felt the need to touch something that was basically copyrighted protected, and you felt the need to claim it as your own. I know you try to go into your site and you try to delete messages as fast as possible, but we already recorded everything. So you're pretty much done. That's it. And of course, yeah, we had to go over and we had to send all this information over to them so they can basically see that our copyright is registered. We had to send it out multiple times. But yeah, you're done. You know, usually I drag my feet on this kind of stuff. I do. I drag my feet on it because I try to turn the other cheek as much as possible. But I told you, this is going to be a new year for us. We're not going to tolerate it. And you gave me the perfect, when I saw that pop up, I was like, wait, I didn't see it at first. I went in to close out the site and I saw it pop out and I was like, wait a minute, this guy just posted my entire logo? And I go over there and I see it and I saw where it says my logo. And I said, oh my goodness, how dumb can you be? Took pictures of it, recorded it, so it's live on stream, showing everything was legit. Sent pictures over to the attorneys. Attorneys looked at it, they started laughing and said, yeah, this guy's definitely slow. Yeah, they call him Slow. They call him Slow Joe. That's the little nickname they got for him. Yeah, because he's not all there. And then he said, two ways you can handle this. You can go with civil court, which is going to take a while. It's a bit expensive. Or you can go with something called a CCB. And I was like, what the heck is that? And they said, well, that's basically copyright board. We can go before them, and they can settle it real quick, real fast. And I asked him, do I have enough? He said, you have more than enough. You're good. You have more than enough. Did you give him permission? I said, no, we didn't give him any permission. He said, well, there you go. Go take care of it. And that's what we're doing right now. We're taking care of it. So keep in mind, he asked what platform. I said, well, the platform, the website platform is Wix. He said you can file a lawsuit against them too also, due to the fact that they allowed him to use this on their platform, and they do have a copyright policy within their website, and they do it and reinforce it, then you have the rights to sue them also. So Wix has already been informed. That's why we have this document right here by Wix. They're already acknowledging the fact that his copyright has been filed already. Legal action is already being taken care of on their end. And we've already made it crystal clear. He told me to write them a crystal clear letter, which I did. I wrote them a crystal clear letter. That's what I have in my post I showed you. Explaining to them what happened in that letter, what's going on in the situation, our copyright information we already sent to them, and to explain to them as clear as day so they understand, if this account is not terminated, then we will go in and file a class action lawsuit against the platform, the website platform. So it's already stated. We gave them full warning that this is going to happen to them. So when we go to court, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Mr. Byrd never contacted us. No, we have all these little confirmation numbers that pop up at the bottom that show us otherwise. These are Wix supports coming back, talking to us about this. And shows customers right there. Yeah, doing dumb stuff. All right, well, I got to do some shopping. I'm looking at maybe a 250-gallon fish tank because I'm getting a new fish. Taco's getting a fish. About to get herself a big old black giant fish. I got to get a name for him too. He's all black. He's gorgeous. So something real nice. I mean, all black tank. Everything in the tank's gonna be an all black, and my fish is jet black. He's gorgeous. So I can't wait to get that set up. And we got a new place. Boom, 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 boom. That place is gorgeous. My ceilings are gigantic. Big, and it's bright. It's brighter than my other place. It's much brighter than my other place. And this is gonna be fantastic. What I'm gonna love about this, watching this jet black screen pull up and all that light and that white environment. Oh, it's gonna be gorgeous. I can't wait. I haven't decided exactly which size screen I'm gonna be building for myself. And it's gonna be an Alpha 1. Oh yes, Taco got his own room. Yes, it did. We got a big enough spot. He got his own room. It is beautiful. That place is beautiful. I'm happy. All right, that's why you don't settle for less. You don't settle for less. You get what you want. You don't settle for less. A couple other places that I looked at, I could have just settled out, but I'm glad I waited. I'm so glad I waited. All right. Oh, there's a business, right? A couple of businesses right across from me. Guess where that ad tech technology is going to be at? Right across the street. As a matter of fact, where my Windows app, I'm going to have my ad tech technology right there next to an ultra short throw projector so I can display through the glass. And right across that is 4 businesses that'll be staring at that ad tech go off in the window. I also talked to the place that I'm going to be renting from. They are interested in the ad tech technology because they want to advertise off that. They want to check it out when they get a chance. They're going to come by and check it out. So yeah, the ad tech is going to make us a ton of money. There is so much opportunity down there. It's not even funny. That's why the ad tech has to have its own website, because right now, with all the other stuff we have on here, it's being overshadowed. So it needs to have its own site. So I'm probably going to start building on the new site for the ad tech. Probably, I would say, let's see, probably in February, we'll start working on the new site for that one. And that one's going to display a lot of companies advertising our technology right through glass. I cannot wait. As a matter of fact, I'm doing a couple of storefront rentals for that also. All right. Well, with that being said, lessons to be learned from you naysayers out there. Keep your sticky fingers to yourself. Don't touch my stuff. And I will be searching for you. Just to let you know, I told you that I'm not joking about that. I definitely did hire an attorney to basically look through accounts so we can figure out how many people are touching our stuff. And just if you think at the end of the day, because you put in a fake YouTube account, that's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. We'll be able to track you down with no problem. I hired an investigator, all that, everything I need to be to track individuals down for touching our stuff, and I'll drag you into that courtroom. And you will lose, I guarantee you. All right, well, we've got enough time here. We're done here. Got to go. Thank you all, and God bless.